welcome back everyone. I'm finishing at me.
Welcome back to the 17th episode of the TRQ podcast. I'm Dark.
I'm Enemy.
There we go. It's the problem is fixed.
I'm Micro.
And I'm Niels.
Apparently I can do that. Weird. So we're actually going with this?
Yes! What is your name?
Yes, okay, I am out. And because
Nice
you
to
guys...
meet you.
Wait, Dark, I didn't mute you, right? Damn it, I still... Okay, no man. Okay. So... Everyone is silent? Okay, good. So welcome back everyone. Welcome to the Quarry podcast episode 17. And before anyone can start laughing, I finished
Before you said that.
Cash face. Yes, I finished it this time. Last time I didn't say it because someone had to start laughing. You were freaking muted, so I can't blame you. But Enemy and Macro for some reason couldn't stop or mute
I
themselves.
finished your sentence because you stopped.
You could have muted yourself. You have this nice button on TeamSpeak.
So we actually, come on, guys, get this thing started.
We're
Yeah, get this thing
started.
started,
We're
so-
recording right now.
But I know, but all you guys do is argue.
Yes,
Let's
it's
start.
because you can't stop laughing.
Okay. What's
Okay.
the news for this week? Well,
Follow up
no.
first.
Dark.
Dark.
Forest.
You're a professional. Okay, follow up. First comment from this week. Ragu has totally not watched this. I highly doubt that.
That's
so
not the
listen,
first comment.
I don't know. I put it on top comments, I
First
think.
comment here says from Tree Fork.
No, the first comment
Yeah.
is from Redstone Quarry shared on Google+.
Ah, I thought
good
we
job.
agreed on leaving out the ones that are totally not
No, we don't.
worth mentioning.
Okay, so
Okay,
G4
first one
asks,
is
the
for
video being recorded at the same time of the podcast, or is it just background footage from an earlier time?
It's
The
from
video,
an earlier time.
yeah, it's almost always.
This time it's from later because I have not yet recorded it. But
Yeah,
I
you
think
think
for like on the first episode it was actually like
yeah.
same time, but all afterwards were like not the same time, right?
Yeah, we only did it like for the. I think Mac, but that was Max Spock did the recording.
Yeah.
That was like in the very beginning, couple of episodes.
And you can hear stuff like keyboards.
You can hear
and
things like
hear,
this.
you can
But
hear
you have
the-
to hear. You
the
have to hear
game
it in the
sounds.
podcast. That's way better.
And then that way it's also harder to cut some parts out because then the game sounds that are annoying will no longer match up with the things on screen. So it's stupid. Hard to
Just like
cut
your face.
something.
Ah.
Come on.
Yes. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Myron has another comment. Since one of the links in the description of this video was only put there to see whether anybody notices. I think I should say that I didn't notice it at all. That's interesting. I'm wondering how that would work then, but okay.
That's
Look.
a subtle way of telling us that he noticed.
But Neil, the enemy, then we would have lied. He's our good friend, Myron,
Yeah, why would
Wouldn't do
anyone
that.
lie?
from the internet.
Yeah,
I don't know.
internet.
think-
So
I think there's a video I need to link to. Well, it'll be in the show notes. I've totally not watched this, says Ragu42.
I think we
And
got that one
Niels?
already.
And Niels says then, Niels,
Niels.
yeah,
I put it in chat for you, you have
No,
to say this.
I'm not going to say what I comment because that's
Yes, we have
just
to
a
document
response.
the events of the last week.
People can just look up the last episode if they are
Niels,
listening. To
say
it.
the sentence, it's in chat.
Say the sentence.
Ah.
How dare you, capital O.
Yes, colon capital O. Very expressive emoticon right there. Okay, then Yewe has 4 comments, and because I already talked too much, maybe someone else should do it. Assuming they don't fall into laughter again. Enemy.
Enemy.
This is
yeah,
a long
comment.
comment.
Wait. Sorry, I had such a nice comment, then my iPad crashed and I lost a gigantic comment. I write
Ah.
down what I remember.
Pro tip, don't
Try
write comments on on iPad.
Redstone Pirates? Question mark. Bottle? Question mark. Great ideas. Explanation mark. Oh, it goes on. Who cares about escaping villa that destroys everything? That destroys everything, goes through your portal and kills your villagers. Learn English. Artist, not latest, not nervous.
Maybe you should learn English, enemy.
Sorry. Dang it, I forgot to add melon to my other 275 subs. The speed hopping melon?
Speed
you would-
with melon.
You would need about 71,500 beacons, 1,100 stacks, 22 double chests. What was that for? To fill the whole beacon radius or something? Or perimeter? What was it for?
Fill the entire world, maybe? I don't know. I actually
No,
didn't.
for the entire world it would be way too few. I think it was like for
Mm.
beacon range or for like perimeter or something. I think we were talking perimeter floors, right? Something like that. Or wall.
There's no timestamp, so yeah.
Whatever. And then we talked about different animal beacons last week. And he had the idea for a blaze beacon, which would be fire resist, a cow beacon, which would be saturation, a bat beacon, which would be night vision. I really like that one.
A
Yeah.
bat beacon.
Yeah, which would give you night vision because like they have like the night vision because their eyes don't really function and so on. The guardian beacon, which would be water breathing, also really cool. And horse beacon, which would be jump boost 3 or speed 3 or both.
Be a laser beacon and shoot lasers.
Yeah,
with your
Laser
eyes.
beacon.
laser.
Aren't all beacons laser beacons?
No, that's a guardian beacon.
Yes.
That will, instead of
That's what
shooting
they
an
want you to
arrow,
think.
it will.
Not like
down
water
a
breathing
laser
would make
beam
sense,
from
and
your
water
eyes.
breathing beacon would be, well, it's not really necessary because with respiration and like regeneration and armor, you don't have to worry about it anyway. But would be nice to have.
Well, if we're gonna have laser beacons, we're also gonna have creeper beacons which just explode because people like explosions.
Yeah,
What's
explosion.
wrong with
mining,
that?
it's like a mining beacon.
I guess.
If
You
it
place it
had-
down and it explodes.
If it had gravity, that would be cool. And you could like just mine. It would mine by its own and just like fall down. You pick it up again and
But-
mine.
If it's like a normal beacon, it will only mine up.
No. Oh yeah, right. But
Ah.
yeah, then, but then it would also like mine the whole 50 by 50, right? If you have the entire pyramid,
Ooh.
that would be way too OP. Well,
Nah. By the way, on Quarries today, earlier this week, for some reason, I watched back on Panda's video of the Wither mining, and basically, why can't we just have multiple of those things in the world to mine a quarry?
Well,
because
because you
we
need to
cannot put
prepare,
withers
yeah,
in
yeah.
minecarts anymore.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that's
it
also
doesn't
another thing.
work.
It got fixed because of exactly that video.
Well, also, I think the
God
main
damn it,
reason they fixed it
Panda.
is that it just made it really incredibly easy to kill, not because of
Yeah,
Panda in
that as
particular.
well. Yeah, like with Panda made a video. I think it was Panda where he shows that you can put the wither in minecart, or you, back then
I
you
think
could.
actually I saw a video by AC Tennis AC or even earlier. Back then.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure anymore. It's quite a while back.
Yeah.
Might want to look it up. But yeah, like because of those videos, withers should obviously be hard to kill, which it still isn't, but who cares? So yeah, they fixed that.
Latest
It-
snapshot.
It's
the
just
latest
a
version,
little
they
bit
even
harder
made-
than before.
Well, yeah, I guess you need bedrock and stuff, but
Yeah,
still
like,
get it in most situations.
The thing is, I don't see how they at the moment would find a way where, without changing the wither too much, could make a way where it's always hard to kill because either like they change that he can break bedrock, which would be horrible and it's not a valid option.
Well, they don't want
my
us to break
opinion,
bedrock.
There is
Th-
a
then,
way still,
then we
but
would
I'm
use
not
it to
saying
break
it
bedrock.
on a podcast.
If they would just remove the bedrock on top of the nether, then
Nah, like I don't think they will do that.
Wait,
If
Macro,
they
what are you
wanted to do
talking
that, they
about?
would have done it way.
There's
Uh,
still a way, not Jail's method, that you can break bedrock.
Yeah, we talked about it last week anyway. No, I mean
Yeah,
a
well,
way for
well.
them to make the wither in a way that's always hard, not easy to kill. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm talking about. Like they either would have to let him break bedrock, which they don't want, obviously, because it's bedrock. Or they would have to change whether wither has like a different attack or can shoot through it or like can phase through bedrock, which would make no sense because then he would fall out of world or something. Yeah, so I don't see a way where they, without drastically changing how the wither works and what he does, they cannot fix the things we have at the moment. And with the cages where with split aggro, well, you don't even need to drop for them. So if they don't change something drastic about it, I don't think they will ever have to fight a wither the hard way.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Where were we?
the same as the sand generators. They fix it, and then the community finds some new stuff. They can't. Yeah, in the end.
Well,
it's hard
sun
to fix.
generators these days are practically fixed. You need the end portal trick, which
Yeah,
can be further explored, but it's definitely not nearly as easy as it used
Well,
to be.
You
Yeah,
can
I
still
think
you can make an anvil generator as a result.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could also do it.
Yeah, okay. But you could also like do Dragon Axe or whatever, but who cares? No, like I think Sand Generator at the moment is in a good place. Like for people that really want to do it, They can
They
get
still
sand.
can, but the people who don't want to do it because
Yeah,
it's
like
overly expensive or something, they don't have to.
it's like time slash reward thing. Like you spend a lot of time setting it up and getting it working and so on, and like Sankan and Stallions and Round who originally found the bug, they all spend a lot of time like coming up with the contraptions to do for that and so on.
Yeah.
And when you want to build it, it takes forever, and you don't get that much out of it. Like it's a bit like the nether perimeter. Like you have to work a lot and you get something cool out of it. And I think that's in a good balance there. Because if it wasn't, they would have obviously fixed it by now. Or
Yeah.
they would fix it in the near future, which I don't see because they fixed the block bug with the trees after 1.5 years. I don't think it's impossible that they will fix it, but I think it's in a place where it's a good place where it's quote unquote balanced, right?
I agree on that. That you have that some bugs that are really hard to achieve. It's okay for them to stay, because it gives extra challenge to long-term players who have basically made a house and points mine.
I've made a house. I'm a long-term player.
No, like I think, for example, iron farms. Some people, a very very small amount of people, actually try to figure out how to get them working and make designs for them and so on. And then just everyone can go there and build an iron farm, and depends on the design. Very small amount of time. I think like Egg made like a speed run, like starting world and build a foundry or a crucible in like 18 hours or something. Not really a speed run. It's just like a single player and wanted to get done quick. And they have like infinite amount of iron in like such small amount of time. I think that's kind of not balanced, even though I wouldn't want to miss the iron. Like I think having a lot of iron and having these high efficiency iron farms is good, especially from like a technical standpoint, where you like just build everything out of them because they look nice and are cool.
It's the nicest looking free block in the game.
Yeah, I think it could be a little bit harder to get such useful and powerful item that easy. Like it should be a bit harder. Like maybe just like a bit more complicated farm or something. I don't know.
Oh, that
I don't really want to change anything because then we would have to do more work and so on. But I think that's at the point where you get infinite of something that easy. I see why they wouldn't to fix it and like tried, quote unquote, in 1.8. But yeah,
maybe that they go back to the other door placement, that you had to do a really hard pattern for the door placement, get the farm working, or
well, I guess that they could do that, but like just changing the door placement every update just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something they would do, even though it's Mojang, so
that's not something they should do.
Yeah, it's not something I would see coming. I won't disregard the idea, but yeah, whatever. Well, I think we wanted to talk about something completely different in the beginning, right?
Well, we were talking about the comments, but that was a nice discussion.
Also about Myron's comments, like someone asked, yeah, like how did you find it out so quickly that there's like the odd link out in there? And a while back, I asked Myron if he actually listens to all our podcasts because I've seen him comment on some. And then in one episode back, I don't remember which one it was. I actually said, "Hey, if you're watching, like, write a comment or listening, so Niels doesn't get mad." But he didn't. And when I asked him if he like listens to all episodes, he was like, "No, I just generally go through the show notes and see what you guys talked about and listen to the interesting part."
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So I guess that explains a lot.
I guess another cool point we can include in our show notes is what time we start talking about certain subjects.
Yeah, we do have timestamps.
That would make Walt jump off a bridge.
Yeah, like timestamps for everything, I think that would be
we have
well, I mean, not for everything, but like the most important parts of the discussion.
We have 30-minute timestamps, so I think that Myron, if you're listening to this, which you probably aren't, considering the show notes, you should put an announcement in the show notes. So yeah, we typically do 30-minute timestamps.
And otherwise, doing a timestamp for everything, that's kind of hard because now Wout was doing the show notes live just to save time. And in editing, I might cut something, and
Yeah, it would be.
I always
right
run
off.
a little thing over it so it reduces the time of a silence, and it will screw over all timestamps. So,
We could just like make
Well,
Myron markers where we
doesn't-
just
it
like
doesn't-
put like
Myron
interesting
markers.
thing here.
Yeah.
Interesting thing here.
I think I
Genius.
like the term Myron markers.
I wish I had your ingenuity.
Maybe
I
we
wish
should
I could-
make a show
could have
note
came
about
up with that
Myron
term.
markers, so we make sure he watches it.
yeah. It's from
Like-
now on, let's call the timestamp just Myron markers.
Yeah.
Myron's magical markers.
Yeah, but we're still doing them, I guess, 30 minutes, but they may be a couple of minutes off. The thing is, though, that the show notes are always in chronological order normally.
Always
So-
normally.
They're normally in chronological order.
60% of the time it works all the time.
Yeah, exactly, enemy.
Were.
Nazis. But yeah, so using those 30-minute timestamps and the order, you can typically find out where stuff is, I guess. Maybe we should ask Myron.
And otherwise, that last part you can just search in.
So yeah, I guess that means we should pay more attention to shows. Maybe we should actually get around someday to actually fixing all the notes we didn't do in like the.
I
episode
think
7
we
or
are still
something.
missing one of them.
Yeah, I think we're missing out on one or two or something.
No, only one, I think.
Really?
Yeah. The
Oh,
other
we still
one
have-
we
We have the one which was done by enemy, so. I mean, no offense, enemy, but that thing was like half finished, right?
Which one?
And there was one episode where we made a joke about the tournament being so great, right?
Yeah. I think
Hold
that like my show notes were so good and people were like happy about that. But yeah, go on.
Well, anyway, I guess we may just yeah put something about show notes in the show notes right here, so Marin, we can ask Marin if
Showception.
yeah, basically perception.
it's oh no, wait, we have stuff in here. This one then.
This one.
I'm checking a
But
couple of them and I have no clue which one it was that we forgot.
Okay,
to
I
check.
maybe
think, I
we
think
should
like we forgot 7, I think. It's like the one we didn't do.
Yeah.
Nope,
I
think
it's
guess.
the others
in
are fine.
episode 10.
And
We also
10?
didn't put a title in there.
what?
so
10 has no
inserted.
title?
What?
Wasn't
No,
it?
I think
Wasn't it? I think any
10
episode term was
yeah,
called
yeah,
insert
the-
title here, right?
Yeah.
That
So
was,
it's
that was
insert
joke.
title
intentional.
and show notes in there.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
intentional, by the way.
Well, I guess we could go through them and try to get sorted out at some point.
Yeah, we'll sort it out when we have more
Enemy,
time
by
or
the
whatever.
way. How's it going with your
sorry.
list?
I actually wanted to do it, but this week was I know it sounds like an excuse, but I had like a really busy week and actually started a different job basically. Like it's still at the same company, but different department, different activities and everything, and had some other stuff really like going on, like preparing for Easter and stuff. So it's still in the works. It's like I hope it will be done next week. I can't promise it. I won't promise it because yeah, I can't guarantee it. It will be there sooner rather than
Same
later. I
soon
hope.
as Hypixel soon.
Or as Mojang soon.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh,
kind
wow.
of a
Mod
Mojang soon, I
API
guess.
soon.
Mod API
Not-
soon.
not-
Oh no, not Mod API
No, hopefully not that soon, but
soon. Yeah.
yeah, it will be done before Mod API, I think.
Oh, what do
Yeah,
you guys
I think
think will
he
come
thinks.
first? The new Star Wars movie or 1.9? Or the first actual 1.9
when is
snapshot?
Star Wars
Wait,
movie planned?
Isn't there like a release for that already? Like 2016 or 15 or something? And
I think it's like towards the end of 2015. I can't be sure though. I
I
don't
mean, they
remember.
already released the trailer like a couple months ago, so I'm pretty sure
that
that
trailer was awesome, by the way.
I know.
it was just a trailer, whatever.
I haven't watched any Star Wars, so.
Blame.
What?
Don't Niels, now you've got a flame off for next half an hour.
Oh,
Shouldn't have mentioned
we already
it.
wasted the first half hour.
Well,
Considering the topic of this podcast, I will like complain and talk to you afterwards about your movie. What do you
your
say?
your movie disorder.
Disorder, I
we
guess.
called
Yes.
cultural barbarism
Deficiency,
in Dutch.
culture
so.
deficiency. Yeah. No, I hope 1.9 is first. Like, I don't think they will take till the end of the year. Well, I might be very wrong though. But
Well, you know,
No, like-
January 1st, 1.9.
You know the thing in the snapshots, right?
There was
Maybe we should talk
something
about
message
that. Maybe we should talk about it later. I don't know. What do you think?
yeah, like we're gonna talk about it later. I think. Are we done with the follow-up already?
There's still 3 comments by Yebe we have to answer. Niels.
Oh,
wait. Or
I have
dog.
to open it up again.
Nitro.
Yeah. Don't you watch the others? I even knew the 1x1 bomb. Yeah, Micro. That's your fault. I'm always watching the World podcast. Another thing I forgot. Okay.
One biomes are
Not
beautiful.
melon problems caused by a melon helmet. Huh?
What?
Melon helmets are awesome. Yes, I agree. Okay.
Yeah, I also agree. I'm watching one right now actually. It's on the strange video called TRQ #17.
There will be probably melon heads in the background.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Alright. So I guess that's follow-up covered. So news.
I have something for the news that will be from last week for when you're listening, but not from last week for now.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
The spreadsheet is done. At least the video. It should be done.
Drum roll.
What's the spreadsheets? The villager spreadsheets?
Yeah, this villager spreadsheet.
I still don't know what that
actually
thing
did
is. I
it
just hear
I
guys
actually
talk about
made it and not just say I made it and then.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know. We also. Yeah. I said, yeah, next week. A couple of times, but it's done. So.
Someone remember how often he said next week so I can keep going. No, yeah. So, you worked on that for quite a while. You added like a bunch of features, right?
Yeah.
What is like in the finished thing?
It's the main tab. That's just the database. You can now add stuff using a second tab, and you can just type it in, and you press a button, and you don't have to find an empty spot yourself. It's easy to add new slots in it. It does have support for if you're running some kind of modded version and you have some custom enchants. You can just add them to the list.
Ooh, nice.
So basically, you wrote a
Fancy.
program and you're calling it a spreadsheet.
Oh, it's in a spreadsheet.
It's a
Or you
program.
wrote
I just need to
or you
add
It's
wrote
a
an-
program. You basically put it on a site, and you have it even has user interaction, so users can add their own things to the database,
Yeah.
and you can the database get presented in a nice form, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay,
I'm
now
using a
you want to
spreadsheet as a basis. It's a bit the same as some people use Minecraft as the base for their minigame using spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Niels's
I guess.
programming language is Google Docs.
I think it's JavaScript actually, but
No, his
it's
programming
partially-
language is Niels++.
Partially, it's just the Google Docs the spreadsheet
Niels++.
functions,
actually, I have
and
a better.
partially it's also using some custom filters, and that's in JavaScript.
I think his programming language is actually Google Plus.
Oh.
Dang it, we lost
Google
Arc to that.
plus.
That joke was
out.
too hard for someone.
That's a
Okay,
great
let's continue.
That's a
Oh, yeah.
good one. Google plus.
But yeah, you can watch the video. It's in the description. In the
Alright.
show notes. Sorry.
So we'll link to it, I guess. So what's it
Yes.
called? Niels spreadsheet video.
Yeah, I don't know the.
You don't know the what?
Dark, that's the
Title,
wrong
yes.
one.
Okay, guys. Also, I post show notes every once in a while in the chat, so check that, please. Okay, so moving on, I guess. News. I guess we can start as usual with the non-YouTube news first, right?
Right.
Ish.
All right. So Mojang news. We had a snapshot this week, and everyone is so happy about
Yay.
it because we have our first snapshot in since, well, I guess half a year.
And it's an April Fool's snapshot. Everybody
No,
No.
Macro, what are you saying?
Okay. What's the new snapshot? It's a snapshot for 1.10 that loves and hugs updates.
I
Yeah,
think 1.9.
No,
yes,
it's 110.
it's
actually.
1.10, 789. Haha.
Ha, ha.
I'm totally the first person making the joke.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll link to it in the show notes as well.
Snapshot is 15W14A, just so you know. It has some quite interesting features.
It's like totally basically you could say revamped, I guess, or just rehaul
Yeah,
what the
they-
game really stands for, right?
You
Yeah,
redid
it's
quite a lot of
like
stuff.
big update actually. Like they did a lot of stuff. Yes. I guess the
Wait, the same
But-
one that they introduced Bluestone in?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
That's the
Yeah.
April Fool's snapshot.
No,
No, It's the
Fuck,
first.
it's a snapshot to make the world a more peaceful and loving place.
Well, did you see the explanation video for the bluestone? It wasn't
Yeah.
actually in the snapshot at all.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
it
a snapshot
wasn't?
feature.
No.
Oh, wow.
It was
fail.
recolored activator rails.
Okay then. I feel cheated.
Does make sense, actually.
For example, like well, they did a lot of stuff. I guess we can like just go through the changed log real quick and like talk about the interesting stuff. They changed gameplay quite a bit, where they removed the ability to directly harm other creatures. So no PvP or PvE anymore.
Because
Because
it would be harmful.
you should be
yeah.
rewarded for helping, not for hurting.
They don't want Minecraft to be
I
a
agree with that.
violent game.
They also
Wow.
removed health and hunger because they feel those are inappropriate gameplay mechanics for a game about love, sharing, and peacefulness. They also added a love meter, which fills up the more you help others and others help you. And also survival mode has been renamed to existence. I don't know. I kind of like when I read it first time and like checked it out a bit. I kind of felt like that's addressing the situation in Turkey where they want to ban Minecraft. Like
It
in
may
the
have
in,
been
like
involved.
yeah, that may have been involved there a bit. Also, they did some changes for animals. For example, bats are now 20% cuter.
What does it even mean? Does
I
it
don't know.
just
I don't.
Nothing.
I'm not. It's just, yeah. Well, chickens can now be ridden by any player less than 2 blocks tall.
Dang it, I guess I don't apply.
How can the
Well,
two
Wait,
tall?
what?
Well, I guess a player is 1.8 blocks tall, so I'm not sure if you can ride it or not. I didn't test
You
it
should be able
myself.
to
Oh, I
ride them.
see. Ha ha. Such
I think
humor,
Cube is
so
over
laugh
2
when you
meters
joke.
tall. Oh my god, I feel so sorry for you.
Cows will now alert you to important events that you may have missed by means of an audible notification.
Well,
That's
I guess
like-
you could call it a mootification.
Oh, Spot, go away.
Pigs can no longer fly, but can now climb on walls. Yeah.
Okay.
Spider pig. Spider pig.
Rabbits
see-
are fluffy. Like, sheep will, if asked nicely, share their wool to keep you warm. Also, that like a squid change, but we're still not. We're still trying to figure out how and why. Yeah, like interesting thing is they renamed monsters to inhabitants.
Yeah.
Inhabitants, actually. Sorry, like two different things. Because they just like coexist with you, and you're not like against them, and they have like funny reasons for them, like how they became cooler people, and creepers are no longer so easily scared and explode or whatever. Also, they removed rain because it upset a lot of players, and falling snow has a chance to make exposed chests mysteriously full of goodies at midnight. Like, yeah. Also, they rebalanced trading, which I actually haven't checked so far. Did someone look at that?
No, the only thing
No,
I
I
saw
actually
is
checked
a
that.
video about it and the update log, the change log.
Okay. They also like changed lava. I replaced lava with liquid cheese. I actually checked it out myself. It's just lava bucket renamed, like in resource pack wise. It doesn't.
No,
do-
it's
it-
liquid cheese. What are you saying?
Like they didn't change the texture. It's just a name.
No. You
They also,
gotta-
like,
You
need to
gotta
have fantasy.
believe.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
believe.
They also like changed arrows for like arrows with like a hard tip, I guess, and shooting things will fall them in love with you or whatever. And like swords are like different, like with hearts in them and whatever.
So basically, they've done more work on the game for just April Fools than they have in the past year.
You can't know. That's the thing, because
Well,
they did
they
have the
basically-
hints to 1.9.
Yeah,
Right.
but I actually haven't checked out the hint, so I don't know.
You want to know what it is, or?
No,
Like-
well, I want to know, but I'm just gonna. Also, they did some interesting changes, like where they changed minecarts and boats are actually now really fixed, like they don't break anymore, which is
What?
cool.
Did they fix boats?
Yeah, they're
Uh,
Oh
now
god,
they-
Microsoft did it.
They did an obsidian boat, which is like a boat
Oh,
in
yeah.
black, and it like just sinks. That's all it does. And normal boats, they have like this heart in the bottom now, and they also just sink, but they don't break. So hey.
What about
Yeah.
the obsidian boats? Don't they work in lava?
I haven't tried that.
actually thought
Possibly.
about that, but I haven't
I
tried.
would think you
Actually-
would. If you're in lava, you probably still get set on fire. But I would think they removed that because it's upper class and so on now. Also, you like have one heart now and removed hunger and so on. So you actually like I tried to kill myself. I jumped off for something and I got an extra heart. So. Also, like when you fall down, the particles for falling, it's like no longer normal particles, but it's like hearts. Yeah, like they did like just cute stuff in there. You can like ride cars and horses ride you instead of you ride horses, and they apparently added some potions like love potion, happiness potion, potion of sharing, and potion of caring, and fun potion. You know, like it's 5.
Caring.
Yeah, whatever. Anything else?
Did they add a
Interesting?
potion of lameness?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. In a sport, then you will be too lame.
Also, weather and environment were added back in rain. Also, something really interesting. No, not everybody had the same experience playing Minecraft under different configurations, so we decided to remove all graphical settings. I thought that was a fun one. And then they also removed
But
resource
is
packs
it now-
because some were prettier than others.
The graphical settings, is it now looked at maximum or at the lowest? Because
It's
otherwise,
locked
they'll
like
just
halfway in
yeah.
between, I think.
people with
Yeah.
the bad PC, yeah, good luck, you can't play it now.
Well, it's not meant to be played anyway. It's
Yeah, no, it's a real update.
Also, you cannot have multiple worlds anymore. You only have one because now, so in that way, all worlds are equal.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, no, it kind of made me really sad because when I see how much effort they put into this joke, basically, and like when you compare it to how much effort they put into like the 1.8 upwards, like 1.8x, like the fixes for 1.8 basically.
Yeah.
Well, or like in the snapshot so far, like we haven't had one snapshot one for 1.9. I guess it's the only one basically, even though it's
Well,
joke.
the thing is that
They hinted a lot of stuff, never really gave us anything so far.
yes, but the thing
which-
is that if you don't know what 1.9 is, if you know what 1.9 is about, it does sound realistic that they just have been working on it all this time.
You guys see
Well,
that?
or they could have didn't do anything. Like,
No,
could
it's a
also be
big, it's a
very
big
possible.
overhaul. Do you want to know, or
Did you guys see that QR code thing?
yes, that's the thing. Like, enemy, do you
Yeah.
want to know what's in there, or?
I
The
want to know,
TRQ
yeah.
code.
Okay, yeah. So it says 1.9 to combat update. So if they're really gonna overhaul the entire combat system, it doesn't surprise me they would work half a year on that. I mean, have you seen Minecraft combat?
Like,
I'm
yeah,
used to
yeah,
it.
It's
it's
been
so I
the
don't
same
care.
basically since like beta
Well,
1.8.
if they would want like combat, like in PvP, make that better, they would basically not use Java. That's like the way to make it better.
In what sense? Because it's so slow, you mean, or?
Because Java is horrible for networking.
That's the point. No, they're not gonna do that. Oh well. Maybe they write it to C++. Maybe that's all.
Well, maybe Microsoft came in there. Hey guys, Java is horrible. We want that. We don't do that. Here, use like C++ or whatever. That would be good reason why it took so long.
Yeah.
I know.
Pretty much a one-for-one rewritten port of Minecraft for C++. Same bugs and everything, hopefully.
hey, here's the same version of Minecraft but without bugs. Wait, this is boring now.
Aw.
Without any bugs or loopholes or technical Minecraft fun.
Well, you can still like exploit the game, like for example, dungeon generation,
Yeah.
or
Well, what if they
where
fix
dungeon
that?
spawning. Basically, no, that's not. They can't fix that. It's like how the game is supposed to work. It's working
Well, yeah, but
correctly.
what if they change the way it works?
Well,
What
then
if
we
they
have to find
change
another
that-
way.
If they change it in such a way that you cannot push any blocks into those chunks, then
Well, that's making a whole lot of other stuff, I guess.
yeah.
Well, no, I like that. I think the game still would be fun without any bugs, but I think a lot of the bugs is what makes this game so
Yeah,
great
I
and so
agree.
fun. So
I personally have
completely
gone.
without bugs be not as not as fun, but like if they just fix all the annoying ones, which don't add anything, I just like, for example, if they just fix those and like all those inconveniences,
But
but like left in the stuff that's actually interesting, like butt switches, for example, which I think like they tried to remove and then like intentionally left them in and at the end because people
Yeah,
wanted
they
them so
said
bad.
they would keep them. Yeah.
So yeah, like that stuff. If that could stay, that would be awesome. Like Wither cages, technically, it's not intended,
Yeah.
right? So if they
Technically,
would fix Wither cages, that
it's
would
an
be really annoying
unintentional
because
feature.
yeah, unintentional feature basically. Yeah. So, wow, tell me more about what 1.9 is.
Well, that's the only thing we have. The thing is, you have the queue. I guess they don't really explain it that well, but it seems as like you go in the single words you can have on the snapshots, and you wait for a while. The thing is that it will snow. Pretty sure it doesn't snow at the surface height, but if you like put a platform in upside or something, you can get it. You can get a nice platform at the height where you get snowfall. And the thing is that they mess with the snowfall. It's not random anymore, and you basically I think it's around spawn or something. That you have a basically it prints a QR code at a certain height with like and just using snowfall. So if you just wait long enough time, you have entire QR codes printed out with like 5x5 squares being one pixel of the code. So it's
So
actually
you
pretty
get
big.
you get a big QR code out of snow layers.
Yeah.
And where does the QR code lead you to?
It's not a link.
It's just the text Minecraft 1.8 the combat update.
1.9.
1.9. Yeah, sorry, that's what it is.
Okay.
We'll link to the Reddit post of the guy who found it in the description. Shownotes.
Well, could it be that it's just a big troll? Like an
No,
April
actually,
joke?
Dinnerbone actually said it. That it is not a joke, and this was found like a couple of hours after the release, and he even tweeted about it like, "Whoa, I didn't actually a joke, but I thought it would take days to find." Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Also linked to Dinnerbone.
Well, I guess like if you look at what we know so far, like apart from the like track or like path blocks and stuff, like they showed the end fight, which is combat, right? Which they
Yeah.
want to redo, which would make sense because when it's a combat update. The Dinnerbone like long time back released the picture with the 3 different Wither bars thing,
Yeah.
which could be like other combat mobs or other
new
boss
end.
mobs you can combat. So like he was pretty sure the picture was taken in Nether.
Yeah, but also a new end, or new thing in the end with the new dragon.
Yeah, no dragon.
It's also combat, so
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So well, there's this one block where that Sarge showed, which we have still no clue what it could be. That could, in theory, be combat related, possibly possibly not. Blocks are really not that interesting for combat, mostly. But could be like a function block that does something for you, like for your sword or whatever.
I feel like
Like-
other type furnace. Or...
Yeah, possibly. So I guess it would make sense that they finally change combat up a bit. So in a way where people with bad ping or actually can do something. Hopefully.
Do you know anyone who has that?
Yeah. I know a lot of people, and I'm not talking about myself in the
The slightest.
no, like in the multiple, like what's the word for it? God damn it! I'm not talking.
Eight enemy in this English quest.
What?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Sorry.
Mr. American.
What's
needs
the
it or
other word for
something.
singular?
Oh,
I'm not talking about myself in plural. That's the one.
first
I think.
person.
Whatever. go to sleep. It's fine.
Okay. Yes.
Spock, while you're awake, what do you think about 1.9? The combat
Well,
update.
I mean, not that much has been revealed about it, and like me being the kind of Redstone guy, like I'm not necessarily into combat, so it's kind of for me.
Yeah, like for me, it's always been like, with my ping, it's just like I don't have any fun with combat anyway because I just always lose.
Yeah, I lose with a
Like-
good ping still.
So sometimes I feel like if I didn't have such ping, I would be a bit better and it would be a bit more fun.
Yeah.
Or a lot more fun, possibly. But
No, only a
yeah.
little bit more fun.
yeah, I don't know. Like if I had more fun, I would probably do it more and get better, have more fun that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see how that pans out. Yeah. Other opinions?
Although
Oh, really?
at first, earlier they did the Secret Friday updates, and after that the snapshots. And it's just every week, this is what we have, this is what we have, and now it's more cryptic messages of what they're going to release. Yeah, I'm not sure if I prefer it this way, but it's just different.
I'm pretty sure the first thing people do once they get a new update is, okay, I'm updated. Great. What's next? Like as soon as you're done exploring everything and you've updated and you know what everything is, you're wondering, okay, the thing I wanted isn't in there, so when will they add the thing I want?
Well, you can when it gets to technical Minecraft, you can often do stuff you didn't think about before, just using the stuff you already have.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Yeah, like it
we're
usually
8 months
takes a while.
into we're 8 months into 1.8 or something, or no, 6 months I think. Yeah, like 7.
Still release,
se-
yeah.
Yeah, we're
I'm
7
not a
months
builder,
into
but I still want
1.8.
vertical half slabs.
Okay, yes, but when it gets to like technical, for example, we're 7 months into 1.8, but I don't see like videos stopping because we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like there's a lot of stuff that like for
I mean,
especially for
Quarry is
technical
running
stuff,
like
it
a
just
couple of weeks ago,
takes a
right?
while till people like figure stuff out and so on.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad thing that like the major updates take a while, and like possibly this is like okay with 1.8 we noticed, hey, we give them snapshot every week, and when the full release comes out, no one is really that happy because they know everything already.
Yeah, I think that's probably like maybe
That-
that's
that-
more that's the Microsoft philosophy bit behind, or they
The
they
thing
just
with
like
that
to
is
change.
on the LPs you see all of that stuff already, and then when 1.8 comes out, what was actually in 1.8, and
Yeah,
you don't really know
Yeah, like,
what's 1.7 and what 1.8 because you're so familiar with 1.8 stuff already.
yeah.
like,
Well,
for
Yeah.
what
example,
Snapshot I think maybe made more sense when when the updates weren't that far apart. Like when I started playing, like an update happened like every 2 months or something. Like 1.3 like took 4 months, and we're like, what the fuck, Mojang?
Mhm.
So
yeah, it's when they actually were doing stuff.
Not
No,
that they
well,
aren't doing stuff
the
now, they're
updates
just
were
being
just
less
smaller.
productive
That's
than
the thing.
usual.
In
So
1.8 they did add a lot of stuff.
yeah,
yeah.
they did.
So I don't know. Maybe that would change the attitude for a bit. But I'm pretty sure that the Microsoft takeover probably has something to do with that change of attitude. I mean, I can't say for sure, but it does seem
Well,
like
the
it.
thing is, like, with not doing snapshots for this long, and like, I don't know, maybe they just do no snapshots, and like, okay, we're done with all the major things we want to do. We just push up to 9, and then like do the Microsoft way, we patch it afterwards. I guess like Windows way, like push out like Windows Vista, and then like, okay, it's not working. Let's here service pack.
It's not working. Let's make Windows 7
Hey,
fixed
it's
version.
free service packs, free.
Yeah, no, like I think snapshots are important because then they can get feedback on balancing of certain aspects of the game. For example, with the minecart stuff, like if they just like sit there all day and like try to figure out configurations where the minecart tracks won't like let you fly off and stuff. If you just like push out a snapshot and have millions of people giving you feedback on why it's broken and so on, or what has to be changed or why it's good and so on, that's like that's why snapshots are made, right? They
Yeah.
want that's for feedback because that's like they're experimenting, they're developing, they not sure if that's a good way to do it, if like how people will use it, how they will abuse it, and then they just like put in a snapshot, see how it works, and then change it accordingly, right? But if
Yeah.
they like do all its combat stuff and like I don't know, possibly I don't think they are, but they might go like somewhere where it's like okay, this is totally not fun, or this is totally completely different and no one likes it, and then they just don't do snapshot for this long, and then just notice okay, like the last 6 months we totally did something that people don't like, now we have to come up with something completely different. That would be a shame.
Yeah, like they're
it would
basically nowadays they're following the old software design kind of thing. Like they just do what they want and then push it out and
They hope it works, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, I hope people like it.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
say.
I guess
Microsoft.
it's yeah, it's Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like Microsoft philosophy.
Well, now
old
they got the
school.
money, right? So.
Yeah, like they got the money anyway. In theory, they could just stop and be happy. But
Bill Gates could live his entire life as he is right now.
well, like I think Bill Gates is like giving away like
Well,
the
Bill Gates
majority
isn't-
of his stuff. But
I
I
know,
guess Bill
but-
Gates is not doing really anything like company decisions in Microsoft that much anymore. He's like going around the world like trying to decrease the diseases and so on.
Yeah,
Visual
Like,
that's a noble cause
self-reference.
as well in its own.
Yeah. Like he's trying to do a lot of good in the world, not like really caring about corporate business and so on. Because he
Yeah.
has all the money and doesn't have to care. Which is really cool.
I wish
Yeah,
I were in
but-
his position.
Money.
No, like I think they hopefully like in the next month, I think they should put it out in a new snapshot, like not with like all they done maybe, but just like with features they're not like really sure about how they play out and if they're balanced and so on.
Yeah.
Just like when they did minecarts in 1.8, they're like, okay, this is not working out. We just remove it again. Like
Yeah.
maybe
They kind of
spend all this
combined.
time.
What I'd say with the
sitting-
minecart thing, really quick, was just they combined the two. They just combined the previous mechanism and the old mechanism, and the new mechanism they were trying to add in. Because
Yeah.
minecarts are faster now and a bit more useful, but older minecarts were bleh.
Yeah, like you always have to balance, and like with what they added like the completely new Minecraft thing, they obviously noticed it doesn't work. It's like way too broken and so on.
Yeah.
And they like reverted to something that works, but it's like still a bit new. Like I kind of hope for 1.9 that they also give the minecarts a new try, like
I don't know.
make it
I'm okay with the
a
current.
bit better. Like the problem with minecarts is if you don't if you like new to the game and like you try to play some rails and they like behave like directional and so on and like how we would like know them and like expect them to, but for new people or like for people that use minecart rails a lot, that's very very confusing, right?
Yeah.
If you,
What should
I,
they?
I think they should do that in a different way where it's a bit easier to understand how the minecart rail behaves and why it behaves that way, or just like to build whatever you want and not like how the directions go. But yeah, like I think that could be something where they should work on again. But well, there are a lot of things they should work on again, in my opinion.
Personally, I think we should just end this discussion with, we are not going to let them continue with their work until boats get fixed.
Well,
Maybe.
quote unquote fixed boats, like they don't break anymore. So like
I don't
people
really use.
in what is it, 15W14A, like that's not how you fix boats. Like technically, that's what people want. Okay, they don't break anymore all the time. But they also sink. Like
It's not really a boat.
I think that was their
like-
attempt to fix boats. So
yeah, no,
Not really.
I don't think it was either. Like it was just a fun game because people complain about it so much. No, like I don't think just because they fix something, it's always better or it's perfect. No, I think
Yeah.
I think like Minecraft as in general has so many construction sites on all ends, like villagers not finished, boats broken. I
Like
guess
they're
horses
kind of
are
leaving
fine,
it open
but
to themselves in a way.
yeah, like there's so much stuff they still have to work on. So of course, for them as a business, okay, we have like X amount of time where we still can work on this thing and still push out updates and have ideas for it,
Yeah.
which is good for them as a company because then they don't have to come up with a completely different game or whatever, and people will still play it when they have new updates and so on. But like I kind of think like when they ever run out of ideas, then they're like, okay, hey, this mod API, we can't come up with anything good anymore. Let the community take it. 'Cause they come up with the coolest stuff anyway.
Do you think
Like
when the mod
pistons,
API
slime
gets
blocks and all that stuff.
implemented, they stop developing?
I
problem with
think if
that
they,
is that
well, I don't think that is necessarily the case. That like okay, in mod API comes out, they just stop anyway. I think when mod API comes out, the community stuff will be the community features and like stuff the community, the plugins the community makes will be in parts better than what Emojing does, because community is like you cannot like have this, I don't know, like 100 people Mojang compared to
No,
a
they
million
don't
people
have
of
100
creativity.
people.
Like you can never be like with the small team they have, you can never be more creative than all of the community and so on. The community just takes what they're given, like take this box of tools and make something cool with it, like something the developers never intended, like winner cages, for example, or quarries. And like if you just like teach the community how to do like their own tools and stuff with the mod API, or like, just like enable them more, I think they will come up with cooler stuff than Motion could ever do. Just
Yeah.
because there are way more of them and they're so
no, not
creative.
the
then.
problem is though that
I
you
don't
need
think
Mojang
they-
for standards. If Panda's
Yeah,
mod
like-
was a mod, then we wouldn't be here talking about quarries. No way. There wouldn't probably
Yeah.
not even probably
And
would
that
be
Yeah.
wouldn't even
complaining.
be the
What
title
mod?
of our thing anymore.
Probably people like Gel would be complaining. Well, if it wasn't maybe a Panda who you knew about how it's not the game and how easy everything is now to do. Like, oh my god, you can just I don't know launch TNT missiles. What's this about? So, I mean, when I look at Slimestone, definitely think it's a mod which was very simple and allowed a lot of stuff. So that's definitely something I would encourage for technical development, unlike some other mods which I do enjoy working with, but I can't think would lead to that much innovation, like a lot of the Beast industrial mods.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, you need this? Oh, here, you have a block.
No, but no, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. I like working with
They
Beast for
specialize
quite a
too much,
while, but it's just
think.
it's not quite straight. It's for a while it's straightforward. Like like I love building like this big ass factory which had to handle like 20 processing steps to get some kind of really bare material. I think it was chrome, which is really hard to get through all kinds of other stuff. But in no way I could make a video about it, but it would just be basically okay, here you go to this step because you have this recipe, and then you get this from it, and then you go to here and you get this recipe. I mean,
Yeah, modding, in
yeah.
my opinion, seems too much like too procedural rather than abstract. Like,
I don't know. I like it, and other people like. Well, I used to like it. I guess I don't play it often anymore. And other people
Yeah.
like it. That's their business, but it's not something I'd say consider for technical Minecraft anymore.
Yeah.
Unlike Slimestone, but the thing is that if it wasn't for Mojang, then we wouldn't be here just talking about Slimestone because we like it. It was still
that is very true.
the fact it's a mod and it doesn't have the vanilla status definitely affects a lot of developers' content, I think.
Of course. But I also think Mojang did a good job with like, hey, this is we didn't come up with it, but the community obviously likes it, and that's why we're gonna implement in the game because one, it fits, and people obviously want it. For example, like horses, like that's like originally more creatures, if someone remembers that. Or like pistons wasn't like an idea, but like later on came with so much cool stuff, and slime blocks as well, like slimestone. For example,
Yeah.
the bouncing part was actually their own idea, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Like it's the community and their own ideas, and that combined is, I guess, what Minecraft is now. And I think without the community ideas, it wouldn't be as exciting and as cool as it is now. And I think even though it's like kind of a cheap way of getting new features, I think it's the right thing to do for Minecraft because it's like just a community-driven game.
Yeah, it's just so open-ended.
Yeah.
Actually wondering right now, was it true that they actually like added slime blocks as a bouncy block back in January or something, and then Panda made the mod? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually confused. I was thinking like, did Panda make the block or did he just?
Well, it
change the
was
block?
Panda did most of the coding, but like ZipCrowd did most of the like wondering how they would actually work if they existed and just conceptualizing the mod.
The funny thing is like I think Cabo helped a lot on coding as well.
Yeah.
But like I remember when talking to Milky Way about it, and he was like, yeah, like we had this one problem with it, this one really annoying bug, and we sat there like till 4 in the morning, like the 5 of them, just like trying to figure out this thing because before they give it to Mojang or before they give it to Dinnerbone or whoever. And then Dinnerbone came and was like, hey, yeah, but also we found when you like one tick slime blocks there, you have a graphical bug where you have the duplicate of them. He's like, yeah, no one will notice. Don't worry about it.
Basically, Mojang's approach to bugs in one sentence.
No one will notice. Don't worry.
Yeah, like it's kind of like, yeah, just write the bug report. We get around to it.
Yeah, the
No.
Ender Dragon, XP farm. They we know about it, but
Everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was well.
Well, I think like implementing something like Slimestone in the way they did, it's like a really cool way. I guess they never really did it. Like they really gave credit. Hey, like this is an idea we got from like ZipCrowd, or this is actually code that we got from ZipCrowd,
But
or Panda or Cabo in Pacific or whatever. Like they never said like, hey, we got pistons from person X and like that from the community. It's just like
where should they say that? I mean, they said it on Twitter, of course, but like, do you want
I know for the
someone in the
horse update they did mention it.
Did they mention, hey, we got like more creatures?
Yeah.
At least I heard that they worked with the developer of more creatures on that.
Oh, okay.
They did. Yeah, but like, where would you want its enemy? Like in the changelog or something, or?
I guess they could like get the hint in the credits or something.
Oh, that's the thing. Like Minecraft doesn't have credits. That's the problem.
It does.
It does.
It
I
does.
mean, oh, you mean there?
You just always click them away when you come.
Yeah,
to the
Ender
end.
Dragon.
Yeah, but it's
after the end
just It's just a conversation, right? Are there actual credits at the end?
Yeah, there are
No, not
actual
really.
credits.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Then,
never
then,
watched it far.
then yeah. See, that's the thing. How, Enemy, can you tell me for sure that the Panda's not in there?
I'm pretty sure it's not in there. I guess I could like pull
I
up
know.
the file in it. Like,
Yeah, I think it should be in
you
there.
actually
then,
can
but-
change it with resource packs, so I don't think they like really care too much about it. So that to like mark all the right people because people can change it anyway. But yeah, no, like yeah, I guess it's fine the way it is. It's not that important. There are way more important things for the game. But also like I guess we should talk a bit about like the other fun April's Fool's jokes, right? Because
Yeah, sure.
where are we going? Kind of lost my
Bluestone
sense
was
of
pretty
direction.
funny.
Bluestone. That was the thing about Mambo Jumbo, right? Where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, we have Redstone, now they got Bluestone.
Yeah.
Only thing we need is Yellowstone, Greenstone, because we don't want to discriminate on those colors, right?
We need
Yeah,
RGB
equals
stone. One for red,
for
one
all
for green, and one
colors.
for blue.
Well, Bluestone is actually something that was added in Red Power too, a long time ago.
Blue power.
Yeah, that's actually a thing, right? Like that's how you connect up solar panels and stuff. I didn't play it that much, but I
At least they
remember
haven't added white power.
I also saw the. Wait, let me first double check this.
No, like blue power. I think I think it was called blue power. Was something that Aloram did in red power. It's like a
Mhm.
feature of that. And like in red power there was like red wire. It's basically like redstone but better. Like you can put it up walls and stuff on the ceiling, and it works fine with all these covers and stuff. And there was also like little cable, and like you could add isolation to your insulation. Isolation. I don't know the English word. You will call me
Insulation,
out
I
if
think.
it's wrong. To your wires, so you could color code them, and then you could run two of them next to them without connecting, which is basically redstone bluestone. Like that's kind of the same idea. You just get all the different colors for your wires.
Yeah.
And you also could do bundle cabling. They just run in like a yellow insulated cable and a blue one into your bundle cable, and your bundle cable go across, and wherever you take out your yellow one, and then your blue one on the other point over there, and you could just like over one line send out like up to 16 different signals, which was quite interesting. And yeah, that's I guess part of the idea of redstone and bluestone and so on.
That's actually something that's not really too bad because it's quite realistically in real life. A wire is also not 1 meter by 1 meter. It's a lot
Yeah.
smaller, so
Yeah,
I
of
can
course.
you can put more than 60 cables.
Well, I mean,
in there,
this isn't based off of real life. This is
Yeah,
this,
it's a Minecraft.
yeah. Plus, like if anything, this would be the medieval ages if it had to be based off of anything. There's some mythical folklore included, of course.
I guess so, yeah. Like you have brewing and potions and magic and dragons.
Yeah,
I guess it's more like quote unquote fantasy than like
reality.
realistic.
Dragon's
Yeah.
real.
I don't know. Have you ever met a dragon? Have you ever shook hands with a dragon?
Yeah.
No, they died out a
No.
long time ago because people killed them, like the mammoths and so on.
Yeah.
Don't you
No,
remember?
actually,
like,
they're
all the
still
cave
alive,
frogs
but
of
it's a
dragons?
secret.
Is there like this one movie where like they find like a fossil of a dragon, but it's like a dragon in ice with like actual skin and stuff, and I don't remember the name of the movie. That was fun a long time ago. Whatever.
Damn it, I was still making my Avatar reference.
Whatever. The
Yes,
story of
off.
enemy's life.
Alright, and use a dragon. So
Of the
I guess we-
magic dragon.
we were just
What?
gonna move on, but Dark had to make sure he said something so we didn't time out. Okay. So I guess it's time to move on to the YouTube news, right?
Yeah, I guess like that's all the April Fool's jokes now, really.
Well,
For-
I guess
for now.
we talked more about development. I think that should be
Well,
probably be the title of
I
this
think
episode.
we should. Well,
We talked
if you
about
don't come up
9.9
with
and
anything better, right?
developments. Well, we've talked about it for over half an hour. That's exceptional. Oh, well,
Episode 17, exceptional.
no, episode 17. Just I don't know, something Niels would like 1.9.
Let's
development
name
exceptional.
it episode 17. Something Niels will like.
Yeah,
That would
right.
be fun.
We'll think
What if
about
we
that
actually-
later.
17 is in my name or what?
What if we actually get a lot of viewers and like they just die of laughing because we're so funny?
No, I
that
guess
oh,
I
would
guess I
suck.
guess that would possibly happen if you just like record what we talked before the podcast and put it out on somewhere.
No,
Because
that
that was a
wasn't
lot of fun.
recorded completely.
Yeah, but if we would, I think that would be the comedy part, I guess.
Probably.
um,
Alright.
No, like I really want to mention Nerdy's April's Fool's joke where he like showed
Oh,
junk
yeah.
regen. That was fun.
And also Jazz's Quarry joke.
But people, I think you are skipping something here.
Yes.
Nerdy used my video footage without my original content, without my permission in his video.
Did he get his copyright strike?
I'm working on it. I already put a comment on there, but Nerdy seems to think I'm joking or something. I don't know. But yeah,
No, Wout is really serious with stuff about that, about people trying to scam him or steal
I'll
his
sue you.
stuff.
Wout is also really serious about trolling people back.
Yes, yeah, you may have noticed that, and some people may notice in a couple of weeks. Yeah, not you, don't worry. So let's link to a Niels video. We're still laughing.
Quote unquote, not currently trolling you.
I am not trolling you, I'm really writing Niels video thing here.
Yeah, no, like it's like you will notice in a few weeks. Not you, but
Whatever, maybe you'll notice, maybe it don't. Let's see. Depends on how the person responds. So yeah.
You know what's really weird? People you don't remember adding on Skype having birthdays just to remind you that you added them on Skype.
Well,
yeah, it's the
so
only reason why
remember most
they
people on
celebrate
Skype.
birthdays, just so you know that you have them on Skype. So that's what
actually, I
birthdays
send-
are for, right?
I actually typically like if I still kind of know the person, I typically send them something. I don't know. I like so from people that I think about them sometimes. I don't know. Think about them every day. So yeah,
Oh, cries every Tim.
I cry every Tim. So I guess we'll also
For Eva.
have to link to my fabulous video from last July, which for some reason some people think was an artistical masterpiece or something. I don't know. They gave a little bit too many views. So yeah, basically, I discovered junk regen totally, but it wasn't survival friendly. Oh, we were so close, and I was
So
almost there.
close, but yet so far.
No,
Yet
no,
so
we were
far
we were
away.
really close. No, I could have done it if I just
Like mod API close.
yes, maybe close, exactly. But Nerdy now came around and finished it, so that's nice. If only he hadn't used all of my content and that's used in this video. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't seem to be listening to me for now about it, so
No, they only
That's
listen
all.
to big record labels.
yeah, it sucks, but yeah, unfortunately, the Nerdy saw my video and we have to for that. However, Jazz did use his glitch to make a basically an ore farm, you could say. He took a chunk and he's regenning it and extracting a bunch of resources from it.
I also really like the consistency between the two videos, like where Nerdy didn't use a snapshot because he heard the video before the snapshot came out and so on, and Chess is then saying, yeah, this isn't a snapshot and so on. Like
Yeah.
if you haven't noticed, like from Nerdy's video, and like you, at least when you look at Chess's video, you should be able to notice. That's obviously just a joke, but
Well,
Looks
actually,
like
they
your face. Ha.
the thing is that there is actually a free code to crash your Minecraft, like F3C or something.
yeah,
And I think that's what Banya used in his old video, which we'll also link to in the description.
What should I press?
F3C for crash. It's a debug shortcut. It's actual shortcut for it. They introduced it in like one of the early alpha versions, I think. It was back when you could toggle fork and so on. F, I think. F3F or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, back. Yeah. So Niels, does that work actually, or?
No, doesn't do anything.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that means that. Oh yeah. So Jazz made that video, and yeah, I actually commented on it because
Because
the thing is
Will
that
comments on everything.
well, I comment. Typically, it's just a bad joke, but I had a genuine concern this time, which is that basically, he's doing all of this effort to extract resource from the chunks themselves and then insert. Okay, I guess he doesn't insert anything into it, but he basically has to and he can only extract like a couple of them from the outer layer because it's too complex with the pistons otherwise. Yeah, but the thing is that there's actually a way to around that, and it kind of sucks that he didn't use that because I think I'm gonna record a video tomorrow about it. I kind of said I would, so yeah.
Or will you? Dun
Well,
dun
actually,
dun.
I could actually talk about it because this thing is not gonna release until Tuesday. So
Yeah,
should I,
talk
should
about
I,
it, please.
But then
Okay.
if you don't make the video,
Otherwise,
then
it's just some mean cliffhanger for the audience here.
Yeah, okay. So so the thing is that
And
population
cut.
happens with a thanks. Got me off that here. Population happens with an 8x8 offsets on the X and Z axis to generation. So when you delete a chunk, it will first generate itself. Then notice, oh look, actually I am surrounded by I don't know 5x5 populated chunks or something. No, it's different. It looks in the Z and X direction and sees that there are chunks there as well. So it populates itself as well. The thing is though, that's it's because it basically checks, is there, do I exist? Do the chunk to the right of me exist? Does the chunk down of me exist? And down that. Of course, we're talking about northeast, southwest here, but I'm just using a visual words, I guess.
What about northwest?
Yeah, well, it only checks for 3 chunks, because that way it can basically do the population in the center of those 4 chunks, and basically be sure that nothing is gonna go outside of it. When it picks the dungeon, for example, it will pick the dungeon spawner block, generate a dungeon around it, and it's sure that it doesn't have to generate new chunks to place those blocks, which is pretty useful. Mineshaft and stuff are more complex because they are pretty big. But yeah, the thing is that when it gets to ores, that's just done the same way. So you can actually if you just empty out the 3 other chunks, it checks. Like empty, I mean like just dig them down, or you don't have to dig them down. You just have to make a little airspace for your machines and stuff. And you regenerate you regenerate this 1 chunk. It will see, oh look, there are 3 chunks here. I'm going to populate this area, which will now be within your machines, but it doesn't generate in there. So the machines stay untouched, but it will try to populate in there. If you just put stone in the right position, then it will just put diamonds there if you pick the right spots. And that's I think like a couple of days after I made a video back in July, or no, August, because I was interested to see how we could make these diamond farms in case it actually worked. And the answer was pretty quick. I think I got, like, using Fortune, it was an AFK farm. Like, you had to basically you had a command block teleporting you back and forth, and a command block doing the regenning, and all the other stuff was done using survival friendly redstone. And then after like an hour, you would get a bulk of diamonds and you would just mine it with Fortune. You got a couple of thousand diamonds from that normally. Yeah, that was that, and I'll probably make a video. We'll have made a video about it by now. Did that make any sense?
Yes, that's actually pretty cool. Like,
Okay, so yeah,
yeah, that's a really cool method. I guess he really, if you knew about it, he really should have used that because it would have been way easier and cooler.
Because I mean, I think he extracted a bunch of chunks from that thing. Of course, like he did redstone, coal, diamonds. I think all of them, he never did like more than 4, maybe not even more than 2. I'm not sure. Whereas with the diamond one, I mean, I just basically push stone in from one side, I regen it, and then you have diamond there, and you push it back, further again. Yeah. Wait, also it. Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't mention that because I'll mention the video. But yeah, I was just thinking about I used cube hamster stone generator, so maybe I should move.
Okay.
Well. Oh, you know what? It will just be in the show notes as well as the video. I guess I'll talk about it now. Yeah. So does anyone else also have something to say? No? Nothing about chunk regen.
Well, you can just do a lot of things with it. That's all I have to add.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like we covered the general idea of chunk regen and what you can do with it like a bunch of times, so I don't think we have to repeat it now. But I like your idea is really cool, using that 8x8 offset. Yeah, not 8x8, but 8 and 8 offset.
Well, actually, the thing is, the reason I actually did that is because first I was having issues because I didn't understand how the population really worked, because I was basically, I regen the chunk and 3/4 of the chunk didn't get populated, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, there were diamonds here, why isn't it putting diamonds in here again? I did an outage video, right? And afterwards I realized, oh wait, yeah, but Banna told me, I think it was something 8x8, and then I did some checks on chunks I got, and yeah, it was actually right. Yeah.
You regenerated the chunks. Oh no, I don't have any ores.
Yeah, no, I like took like a 3x3 section of chunks, I believe, like untouched basically. I took them out, I moved the stone, and so I could see like the dirt and the side there that's lava or all that stuff, which get populated. And then I did the same thing, but I made sure that the central chunk didn't populate or something by using some regen tricks. And then you could definitely see that in one of them, you only had a population from one chunk, and it was definitely based. Just everything started in that 8x8 offset area. And some of the lava pools went outside of it, but that's about it. So yeah.
Also, I actually didn't find out by checking the code, but by actually playing the game.
Yeah, but Ben already told me, but I just didn't. I
didn't believe him.
Well, I looked at
No,
I
he
looked
didn't
at it
think of it.
basically. I looked at it like with my eye, basically. I was like, no, no, like this isn't right. So So it seemed to be wrong at first. That's why I didn't do that. But I wrote a filter which would remove all the blocks which were the same in both selections. And
Filter, always a solution.
well, yeah, I wasn't gonna manually remove everything. Oh yeah, this seems to be the same. Let's remove it. One block. Damn, only 2,000 more to go. So yeah, the filter just removed everything which was the same in both selections, and then you could see that. Oh yeah, this is actually all within this one 8x8 region.
Interesting.
Always read your science properly, people. Don't rely on objective observations.
Always abuse science.
I abuse. It's not abuse.
What was the sentence from like Adam Savage? Like the difference between blowing stuff up and science is writing it down, right?
I guess, yeah.
Something like
But
that.
that does make sense. And you always have to, well, yeah, I mean, writing stuff down typically means some kind of writing a model for something or making an analogy or something along those lines. So yeah. Well, moving on, I suppose. Let's check the videos from this week.
Something very interesting. I think 2 weeks ago or something like that. I had a discussion with the Gaming Central, something like that, and he made a video about a mob farm which was 27,000 items an hour, and it was the fastest mob farm. And he used like basically a normal piston pusher setup you would know with tripwire, but without tripwire, but with a clock. And also he used solid blocks on the layer of the spawn spaces, right? So I told him, hey, this is by definition not the fastest farm, because if you you can have better efficient non-solid block efficiency, and also if you don't trigger instantly, you're automatically slower than the tripwire edition, right? And he basically told me, no, this is the fastest because tripwire is buggy and and so on. And,
This is the
It's
fastest.
the fastest because tripwire is buggy. It's buggy, but it works.
Yeah, the funny thing is, another guy in his comments, then later on, I was like, hey, I made a faster one with like 36,000, and I'm not exactly sure what he changed again, but it wasn't that different. And then good friend Il Mango came along, and he made one which is a bit different. It has like over 100,000 drops. And he had like some really interesting ideas for it. He like for most mob farms, it's like you kill them with fall damage, and then like the ones that survive because of protection, feather falling, whatever, you just like practical with lava or otherwise, and or wait for that's basically how you kill them. It takes like I guess up to 15 seconds, you could say, right? And his idea is, hey, I'm gonna just like let them drop down and kill them with the drop. And if they don't die with the drop, I just drop them further and let them despawn, which is quite a cool idea.
These are too hard to deal with. Let's just get rid of them.
Yeah, let's just let them despawn. It's like way faster, right?
Well,
It's
I
like
mean, it
2
sounds
seconds.
stupid, but it really works.
Yeah,
What's-
it really works.
I can
And-
like despawning takes I think 20 to.
Yeah,
1
no, but
millisecond.
when they're further away than 128 blocks, they instantly despawn.
Oh yeah, so you have to make sure they get
Yeah,
the
you
balls
have to
away.
build it in the high. You build it high up, which is like, I guess no one else pretty much thought about it before, because it used to be in 1.7 that like mob farms are very low to the ground because we had civilians and so on. And I think like most of the people, I'm not sure how long Mango does like Minecraft technical stuff and building so on, but I think like quote unquote newer people to this might have a different view on it because they don't know like that you like I generally like just build close to the ground, right? Because that's like the idea of it, right? And I totally like forgot that in 1.8 you don't have to care at all, and you can just like
You're
use
so
the
used to the old stuff that you don't really. Oh yeah, wait. Now
yeah.
it's
I really
like
didn't.
this.
I really didn't consider. Hey, we could just let him despawn as a valid option at any point until I saw it. I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Why not? Why didn't someone come up with this sooner? And yeah, like he also made like a day later he made an update video on it where he reduced some lag and so on, and made some slight improvements. But like his video is really good, not only because he has this really cool new approach and design for it. He also has the spawning floors in a bit different way, and he had some cool ideas. But he also explains how mob spawning works and why this is the way why this farm is faster and so on, which is really cool. Which he also does for I think all the farms he shows. Yeah, basically all the farms and other videos he does. Like he explains it very well why he makes it this way and so on. So if you really want to make a mob trap and maybe want to try something new, not the standard piston pusher setup, like with tripwire, like that you have doing all the time, you could try this one if you want to build up in the sky. And well, I'm not sure if I should say this, but I know that there's another design coming, which I'm not like.
Why are you talking about it then?
I know
He's
that.
not sure if he can say it. So
Well, maybe you shouldn't. Yeah.
Wait,
Maybe you
let me
shouldn't.
talk. He says over 100,000 items an hour. The problem is like he said because of the lag, he cannot do like a very extensive tests and cannot scale up the farm because of due to lag reasons and so on. Because like apparently his computer is not that good that if you scale it up, it wouldn't slow down the farm as much, right? So I'm not sure how far over 100,000 items it is or could be, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about this other design, which I haven't seen, but I know kind of some stats on and basic idea how it works, right? If that one is fast or not. But it wouldn't surprise me if within the next few weeks, I don't know, like how fast he is with that. There will be another design using quite different technique, which could be faster.
And 1 week, how long is that? Your 1 week or?
Well, I'm not sure how long it takes Shell to like publish stuff.
Oh, so we know who. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, enemy. Thanks for telling everyone.
I could have like tried to talk around it a bit more, but like I really don't want to. So.
But
if the video comes out, everyone will know anyway, and like this way, just people will like.
Yeah,
guess,
but
guess,
maybe you
guess.
shouldn't have talked about it.
Well, I didn't say anything about the design or how fast it is, so.
Well,
I
yeah,
think,
but
I think
we
I'm
don't want
good.
to be a tabloid. Do we? Ooh, that's a question.
I'm definitely not a tablet.
A tabloid, it hang to it. It's an English word. Look it up.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Damn it, there's no American here anymore to tell us why. I want this. Ugh. But anyway, it's.
I'm
Oh,
American.
here.
The thing is,
See.
I really hope that
Okay,
that
yeah,
Chell
I know.
knows.
I'm an American.
It
Okay.
says if it search tabloid, it says is a newspaper format,
Yeah, like bad
half
newspaper.
size.
Half size. No, yeah, like people knew for a long time that Shell had some idea for a really fast mob farm, and it just like I just happened to know that he would build it on creative and like did some tests on it and knows how fast it is. I just don't know how fast Mangos is in comparison because I didn't know if you had the same amount of spawning space, how fast his one would be. So I guess that there's no fair comparison. Also, like something I wondered about, like how do you compare mob farms? Like if you have, like for example, a shifting floor design, which I think we talked about mob reactor from TDL, right? Or didn't we last week?
I don't
Which is-
think so.
Was
Which
this
is
from
basic-
last week or?
Well, it says 1 week ago on YouTube, but whatever. I'm not sure if we talked about it. Or not. Which is basically a shifting floor design, which is 36,000 drops an hour from TDL guy on our server.
It's not. I don't think it's really meant to be the fastest one, but it's a really simple and cheap design.
Yeah, like it's not meant to be the fastest one. But like if you compare mob farms, like you have different approach, like the shifting floor compared to piston pusher.
You
Like-
didn't mention it last week.
Okay, well, TDL did this made this
No,
really
I got
cool,
nothing
cheap and
else.
easy mob farm using shifting floors, which is not bad. And works really cool, really good. 30, I mentioned it, whatever. 30 something thousand drops an hour. And yeah, like how do you compare mob farms really? Like because for shifting floors you get way more spawning spaces in the space compared to like the piston pusher, where you have like one spawning space per piston, so it's like per definition way more expensive because like for shifting floor you have usually like 6 blocks, something like 5-6 blocks per piston, 6 spawning spaces per piston, right?
I
Depends
guess so.
on your shifting floor, I guess.
You
But
can have
also-
up to the 11 or 12, I think.
Yeah, but like you have
Just-
pistons on both sides, so
Yeah. You have business on both sides. What-
yeah, that's why I said 5 or 6. Like
Why do you only have 5 or 6 then?
yeah, like you have one piston to push it forward and one to push it back.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah. so
the 6
um,
blocks. Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
so basically you have like in a way smaller space you can have way more spawning spaces with like the spawning shifting floor one. Like how do you compare it? Like when you say it drops per hour, that like only depends on how big you build it mostly, right? I can with a quote unquote bad design, I can still get like 100,000 items an hour if it's like not
No.
completely
it's-
shitty design. If you
it's
build
one
it big
that
enough, right?
where it takes a long time before the mobs get killed, there's a longer time that no other mobs can spawn. And if you
Yeah,
despawn them
Yeah, okay,
with
but yeah,
another
in that
farm,
case, but
then it will
like,
be faster. And if you don't
of course it will
despawn
be
them and
faster.
they will
Like, but
wait there longer, then yeah, it's not as fast.
yeah,
so
but
it's
the
not
thing is, like, how do you
an-
compare it? Like, if you say, hey, I built this piston pusher one, which is box X big, right? And does X amount of items. Can you compare, like, okay, in the same box I can fit this shifting floor one, but it does X amount of items more? That's why it's better? Or, like, you check on resources. How do you compare which one is better when you have, like, no real constant for
one
your
that
thing?
gives you the most items with the least amount of lag.
Well, like, but if you, yeah, if you don't build like a smaller shifting floor one, but you get the same amount of items with the same amount of lag, which one is better then? Or like,
No,
your
not
other
like that.
shifting floor one is cheaper. Is it better because of that? If you have the same size and the same drops?
If you make it as big so you get exactly 50,000 an hour, for instance, then the one that's the less laggy, it's better. 'cause
But
it's-
like, I don't think if you have 50,000 hour, you have, well, you would have really have to bad design that you notice the lag from the design, right?
yeah, 100,000 then. Okay.
Like the thing is, I'm not sure where like the cap is for like what you can do maximum. Like where you can build it bigger, but you don't get more drops from it, right?
I know.
And also like
on
the
one of
drops
those-
really depend. Like I guess over a long amount of time you get like accurate measurements. But like if you do like 5-minute tests and scale it up, like can really vary because if you get a bunch of witches, you get like more drops or something, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a mob farm that does 100,000 hour, you also need to like and do a 10-hour test. You need like a million item storage system just for you would fit the test and so on. Like, of course, in creative that's not a problem, right?
Yeah,
But,
I did a 2-minute test and I got so many items.
yeah, like 2-minute tests. Like usually people for like really high efficiency mob farm don't do long tests because like I know for example Alona when he did the Guardian farm which does 100k plus, right? He does test different designs for the spawning floors. And he was like, okay, I did like 2-minute tests or something because afterwards my inventory was full and I like didn't want to set up like complete setup collection all the time. And, like stuff like that. Like I don't think there's like yeah, of course you can look at like okay, this has more efficient spawn spaces and this is fast triggering and therefore it's faster and better. Therefore, like I think if you just make it big enough, you can achieve the same speed. Which one is faster than like or better than, right? If it's cheaper but same speed, even though bigger, right? It's better. What do you think?
I don't care about how expensive it is, as long as it's not too expensive. I care a bit, but
Yeah,
I
like
don't care if it uses
I really don't care about
more
expensive, right?
blocks with
Like our slime farm has more pistons than any other slime farm or like
Yeah.
other people in the whole world possibly. Like I don't know, like how many pistons we have? Like
I would. I still think
8
that's
stacks of pistons on our slime farm. I think maybe more. Yeah, definitely more. Like no one had like normal slime farms don't use one piston usually, right? Only pistonless. Like
yeah.
in that case, like,
Some of those old farms are just a spawn pad, and yeah, hopefully they walk into the water.
yeah,
Then
like
they don't use any pistons.
yeah, like this is way more expensive, but like it's faster, so therefore it's okay. Like I guess there's no, I think no one really ever like compared all mob farms, all good designs for mob farms with each other in the same scale and under all those those points and like got like an accurate comparison, I guess.
Yeah, but if you would compare everything, the cost and the lag and all of that, how do you determine that? Yeah, I think the cost is really it's more important than the other because
Like
for us it's
me
not really
personally,
it's
it's always speed, right? It's always
yeah.
okay. This farm, like for which farms, it's easy because you always have the same size, right? Like
Mhm.
for which farm, it's only hey, this is faster because it triggers
Like-
faster and it kills faster. And that's like that. Those two things make it good, right?
Can only
Killing
be
speed
faster
and
with
efficiency.
getting more spots by having a quadruple hut.
Yeah, that's like the only way to make it faster. But like there you have like okay, one witch hut. This is like your size comparison. You have the same box and around that is your farm, right? Like, but if for like normal mob farms, you don't have a set box, so you can just like, well, my farm does 100,000 an hour easily, but therefore it's like 10 times bigger, like,
Hmm.
right? So I guess I'm repeating myself.
Yeah.
Like I guess my like monologue is over now. Talk about something else.
I still think that the amount, how intensive it is for the server, or if you're running on single player, for your computer, then if
Yeah,
it's,
but then it's like always like, hey, this other person has this way cooler mob farm, but he also has a different computer. Like,
no, if
there would
if
be
you
one
compare
person who just
two farms
compare
on
all
the
the
same
farms.
computer,
Yeah.
then you can determine which of them is better for you, then,
Well, yeah, but
or just in
then it's
general.
always like depending on whoever does the test, I guess. Except if he has like a super beast computer.
Mm,
I don't think there's anyone out there who like has a video comparing all the popular and good designs like with each other in
Yeah,
all
but
those aspects, right?
I would think that some of those videos would be top 5 Minecraft mob farms you will need, and
Yeah,
yeah.
but then it will
You know,
be
because
like
those actually have
then
like the
it will
best
be like,
videos
the slime
ever.
farm, the witch farm, the iron farm. Yeah, no.
But I always watch those videos and they always give
The
me the good
single cell.
designs.
Huh?
I always get my survival designs from those videos. I think they're very useful.
Just do summon and then tap, and then you see all mobs, and then put farm after it. That's all you need.
Yes, on Reflex we just have a
Summon
command
farm.
block. We just have a command block and it runs and it constantly summons mobs. And it's you know we have command block sets, so it makes things way easier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
okay,
added
well.
them, why not use them?
Yeah, okay, but that's like not survival. That's like
For some people, it's
survival
survival.
commandless or whatever.
The only thing for the server admin, it's not survival.
Well, we actually do use command blocks, but of course we do not.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess I talked about this enough, and with like going in circles by now. But
Maybe.
like,
maybe
I,
not.
I really don't want to be the guy who has to sit down and do like tests for 10 hours each or whatever, because I'm really like don't have the time.
Oh, we already pay
No, but
scientists for
10
that.
hours, you can do that while sleeping, and then use.
Yeah, of course I could, but I'm
Oh
really not
no,
bothered
I
to.
have to wake up because this test has to end in 30 minutes.
No, like it's just like I'm sure there are people out there who have like some really cool designs, like for example the design Shell has, which it just like not published yet or that I don't know of, right? So there's always that factor as well. And also, even though okay, I know this is the best design, like when we build in survival, we still have to account for okay, our server is lagging X amount anyway because of all the other stuff that is loaded or could be loaded. So we cannot build bigger than this, and then and at that point it doesn't matter anymore if it's the best design or not, right?
That's why I think how intensive it is for the server. It also determines how good the farm is.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
like I really like to build the best design possible, just because okay, if you need the drops, then we don't have to AFK as long, right? Because
And rebuilding something is not really practical.
yeah, whatever.
Waste of time.
No, that's fun, right? Building is fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but if you have, now I have 100,000. You're going to tear it down and then you make the entire thing again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, like-
now I have 110,000.
Yeah, no, I don't think we ever will build a farm. Okay, apart from the gold, like 7 gold farms we had. I don't think we ever build a farm just because like okay, this is 10,000 or 5,000 items faster. Like we could just rebuild our iron farm because we could do a faster one, but like at some point it's just like okay, it's not like this is faster because it's the best design. It's like this is so fast we don't even need it. Like we destroy it anyway, right? For example, for iron farms, it's especially the case. Like you don't need bigger than 64, I guess. Like right, and it's like. Why would you bother to rebuild it if it's working and you don't need more? Just because it would be cooler? If you want to take the time, sure, but like
you
I
can
don't have
see it as a challenge. Just make a faster one or a bigger iron
yeah, but
farm.
that's like that's the point. That at that point you won't like just sit there and survival and rebuild your farm all the time. You will sit there and creative and like try to figure out a better farm, better design for it, just to make it a bit faster and more efficient and like put more villages in there or whatever, like, depending on your farm yet. But yeah. Back to beginning. Mango, cool mob farm. Check it out. Link in the show notes.
Yes, thanks, Enemy, for giving me more work.
I
Okay.
can. I'll give you the links. Don't worry.
Well, actually, you should check the links in the chat to make sure I'm not missing stuff because I don't understand half what you're saying. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, I guess first news item from this week I would like to talk about would be I made a new video and it is about the cut, which is the new name for the dot, new name for the
Oh,
the
there's
dots, I
the
guess.
big slime block thing and then a block update detector far away.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, it's the quasi-silent cut because he puts piston so far away you can't hear it from the place.
I would call it
trigger
an S-but because it's silent, but bring in
But-
real names.
Well, the thing is that it's not a but. That's the most important thing. It's always
Isn't
the
it like
difference.
tile update detector?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I
Tile
always
Entity
thought
update detector.
for a while it was called data. I haven't really followed how it works, but you frequently saw videos of it, like dots. Like I'm a new dot and this and this. I was like data. Well, that doesn't make sense, right? Because it doesn't detect, like for example, the lever flipping. I've got Pi set up right here. I'm testing it right now. Didn't do that. Then I was like, they say talented a bit. Well, that sounds even worse because I was like, well, yeah.
Well,
the
if
thing
you
is,
want to detect if like someone put in a music disc.
yeah, but well, that's the thing. That's actually one of the things which a compiler does detect. So I was actually wondering, if that's. I was like, well, it wouldn't detect all the talenties, right? So I went to the wiki and I checked the page and I was like, well, maybe it actually does. That's interesting. And yeah, well,
I don't think the end portal you can do with comparators, right?
you can also
Really?
unfollow him. Yeah,
Well, I
see,
guess
but
no one needs
no,
to.
I
actually-
think you can't really
no.
test
the-
that a lot in survival.
The thing is,
because
actually, you can test it. Well, not survival. I tested in
Yeah,
creative.
of course you can test it, but like, I don't, can you really do a comparative with the end portal?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of the newer ones. But even if before that, it would probably have worked. That's a strange thing about it.
Yeah, like the thing is like some of those things I just don't know because like no one really does that. Why would you do that? No one really
I
needs
think
Well-
from a long time ago, I saw Cube Hamster do that once with something. I don't know what it was, but the only thing I can remember where I saw that.
Roadblock. I guess you could do tile entity update detector and not comparator, right? That's what would comparator show.
What?
You would need a tile entity update detector for a node block. Not and a comparator wouldn't work because what would the comparator
Yeah.
show? Like loss signal depending on pitch? I don't think so. Wouldn't make any sense.
No, there are
Or
more
wouldn't
pitches
make a
than
lot of
16,
sense.
I think so.
Yeah, like I guess that's a practical use for it if you want to check if someone is like punching your node blocks. But
Usually
yeah,
not like-
back to Pi's video. Like the interesting thing is like it's only silent because it like put the piston so far away, right? The only reason why it's silent.
Basically, yeah. Well, the thing is that now I'm trying. I should have put these commands in command blocks so I can switch on them right away. The strange thing about it is that it actually, I thought, Pi's name was actually gonna be the accurate one because compared to the detector, it makes sense, right? Everything comparator can detect is going to be detected by this detector, but it turns out I've done a test on not everything, but on most things, and it does look like actually the tile entity detector is the final and right name. Because strangely enough, I've got a setup right here for signs. Signs, of course, are not detected. You can't do in any way kind of comparator signal out of them. Thing is, though, by not breaking or replacing them, by just replacing the text using block data commands, I'm doing it right here, and it actually does trigger the detector. And I remember I also did a test when the video came out with enchanting tables, but I forgot what the tag is called. To change the custom name of the enchanting table when you look inside of it, and that also triggered it. So, and most of the other ones are stuff like chest, jukebox, and portal frame, all kinds of containers.
Node blocks.
Yeah, node blocks. Like, I'm not
Tile
sure.
entities basically.
Yeah, so basically almost all other tile entities also give a comparator signal by default, so you can't so it doesn't definitely works for those. I think maybe like one of two you may have to check manually as well with like the enchanting tables, but I checked 2 of them. It seems like all tile entities to give some kind of updates, so the comparators check if their signal is still right one. Yeah, that's a semantic issue resolved. Now up to other subjects, I suppose, before we do get too lengthy, which are ideas, but you know.
Yeah.
I remember like I saw that video in my sub box, but I didn't click it because I already knew what it was because Sankan on his stream where he was flying around Redstone. I like showed it once.
Oh, great. Well, further, we have. I guess we can quickly just mention Jazz made the video slowest piston engine. Of course, you can make a flying machine, which a flying machine which gets even slower, but it's about getting it in a small space. So basically, what Jazz did is he took he tried to make a design a flying machine which is pretty slow in a not too big space. So that's not too much to talk about. He explains it in his video. So we'll link to it in the show notes. But it's so
Kind of reminded me of the universe death clock again.
yeah. But the thing with the universe deathlock is that there's a definite time you want to get to.
Yeah,
So,
but like it's kind of
like,
like
you
the
could-
same
you could
idea,
al-
just a
yeah, but
long delay in a small space.
Yeah, but for the universe deathlock, it's basically about being able to double,
Yeah, of course,
getting
but
basically building I guess a flip flop or something along those lines. A very short, small space. So yeah.
yeah, it's not the
that's-
same thing. It's like
Yeah. Well, I guess
in
you could
theory
also-
you could do that, but then it wouldn't be like an engine. It would be just like some like universe death clock with slime blocks, right?
Well, you could
wanted to do
you could
something
say
that way.
I'm gonna build the smallest, I guess, like power transfer, like not what should I call it, like pusher. So basically, this person gets pushed and push something else. But I don't think that would be very interesting. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess this is how you go with it. Something else. Wooby made a new video. It's quite rare, but Warpoints 2.0. It's command block stuff, so I don't know. Maybe I should talk about this.
Yeah.
Sure.
About
mean-
you're the command block guy.
Okay, just for the viewers. Yes, of course, Niels and me also know a fair bit about command blocks, but they just
Yeah,
play more
but-
survival.
You know the most about it.
So, well, actually, the main thing I got from this video, which probably sounds quite stupid, but is that actually you can handle strings all right. Well, you can't save them or something. Well, okay, maybe you can, but that would be like, getting really annoying. The thing is though that the string handling Ruby does in this video is far beyond what I thought was possible actually. So I found it really cool. He basically allows you to type using commands, which sounds alright. So there's one
It was
letter for
already
each
possible
command.
a while ago. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
yeah,
if
of
it was
course.
him, but someone else. He released a typewriter in Minecraft.
Yeah, the thing is that I didn't know because I'm stupid, I guess.
I think
So I-
someone also. I think someone also did with Redstone typewriter. Like I think quasi-silent was that.
So I
That was
think
cool.
I think the way he changed, it's already a week ago, so I don't remember. But I think the way he changed it is because with JSON formatting, it allows you to assign a score, some variables basically to JSON objects. Normally you use that for stuff like score, but you can also use it to display the name of, I think, like the person with the highest score or something. I'm not entirely sure. Enemy, you
Just the
probably know
name.
more about this. Yeah.
If you like, if you have like with the Telraw stuff, you can have a selector which just like is like the person with the highest score, for example. Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, okay, then that's so basically using that, I guess he basically has an array of command blocks which says okay, well not array, he has a big command which basically says okay, you have this bunch of objects here. First object is the an anti-selector for the armor stand with this position or index or whatever, and then either index 0, index 1, index 2, and so on. You basically would get a string if each index has one character. Then you would have to generate armor stands with that custom name like A, B, C, D or whatever. And
Or
give them a special
villagers or
index score.
whatever.
Yeah, but he most people use armor stands. And not
Yeah,
armor
almost sounds just the easiest.
Yeah. So
Today
that's how he does it
I
currently.
saw something. Yeah, nowadays Redstone is basically armor stands with something on their head. I think it was in Sark's latest video.
Well, yeah, it's kind of close, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
well,
all armor
so
stands.
it's the best thing, and that's the only thing I take away from it. Apart from that, it's similar to the old thing. As far as I know, he uses the binary search again to locate the player. For some reason, I feel
Yeah,
like
That was
we
really
already
cool first time around still.
yeah, like actually that's how I learned about binary search the first time, and now we're viewing them in college. Yay! Well, actually, that was like last semester. But it's not that complex really, but it's nice. It's a nice algorithm actually. I didn't know before Ruby's video. So yeah, but I think we even linked to it last video. So moving on. Already made the photo for his ghost block elevators. That's pretty cool, but we already talked about his elevator. So moving on to, I guess, what is pretty rare, but we have another ZipCrowd server tour finally.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That was this week. Already forgot.
Yeah, that was this week.
Wasn't that on Monday or Tuesday?
It was, I don't know, somewhere this week. I
Or
think.
was
Yeah, I
it
think it
something
was-
again that it was just after the recording?
No, I think it was on Tuesday night. Something like that.
So I guess since the podcast is getting long, we are kind of summarize the main thing from that video was that they're basically going over the mob cap by having an excessive amount of mobs being spawned during the same tick.
Yeah,
right?
it's just like
just making it
abusing
bigger.
pack spawning a lot because pack spawning will like exceed the mob cap if it just has enough spaces, and they just did 100,000 spawning spaces for peaceful mobs in their peaceful mob trap, which
Thing is, though-
allows them to go over the mob cap pretty easily and basically constantly.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, pack spawning only gives you like 5 mobs, maybe, right?
But that's why
Uh,
they have it so big.
But the
They
thing is,
can
like,
have that in the
No, like-
same
like-
tick on multiple spots, I think was.
Like the thing is, it tries to spawn hostile mobs every 20 seconds only, right?
well, we're talking about peaceful mobs here, right?
Yeah,
But
peaceful mobs,
it's
yeah.
the same, or-
Peaceful mobs only try to spawn every 20 seconds.
Oh,
And
yeah, those are that's yeah. So you basically have to kill them all within 20 seconds, and then you get an insane spawn again.
yeah, and then you get the big spawn again.
Yeah.
And that's basically how it works. Like if it was spawning like hostile mobs, then this farm would be horribly inefficient because it takes forever to push them off with water. But yeah, because you have the 20-second cooldown anyway, it's like always in time, right?
Mhm.
Or
Yes, yeah.
to push them off and kill them with the lava and so on. So yeah, like if you like basically if you just make it bigger, you get more drops. You always increase your output. But yeah, well, in 1.8 in the current update, it's not like anymore. But in the end of 1.7 or early 1.8 versions, like I know people crashed just by going there because of all the tripwire. It's like yeah.
That's probably
Also-
the reason why that one person didn't use tripwire in his farm.
No, I don't think so. This farm was not nearly as big.
Yeah.
Yeah, like also I don't think like well first of all you get more than you could ever use anyway. Like you produce faster, you produce a steak faster than you can eat it.
No, I don't think it's like that, but it was pretty.
Yes, of
fast,
course. Like if you produce like what was it, 27,000 drops an hour?
Oh,
something like
really?
that.
Okay, in that case, actually, it does like it takes like 2 seconds or something to eat one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, like just a time eating, but also you have to wait till you can eat again. So.
Oh yeah, then definitely, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just you could make it bigger, but there's really no point in it to making it bigger because it's way too fast anyway. Like of course some people will want to attempt to make it bigger just for like being the ones with the biggest farm there, but
Mhm.
it's also heavily depending on how big your mushroom biome is. Well, of course you could
You
go
can have
higher.
2 mushroom biomes at once. Then just
Yeah,
a few.
2 people. Yeah. Of course, you could go higher, but pack spawning is only horizontal, so that only helps to a certain point. Well, of course, like if you build it double the size, like if you 200,000 spawn space, you will have double the output. But also, if you spread it out more, you get more output. So kind of also depends a bit on the size of your mushroom island, and of course, work you want to put into it.
Okay, so I guess we'll move on then. Oh, no, that was awkward. So yeah.
Apart from that, of course, it's a really cool farm and really cool that they built it that big.
It is.
Yeah. Really like
Yeah,
tell how the farm works in
Well-
specifically. Or
I guess we can't really.
well, basically it works in a way where like there's a bunch of mycelium. Like there's the spawning space. They spawn mycelium, and the mushrooms spawn on there, and they spawn
Wait,
in
isn't
tripwire, and like
Oh, yeah,
water
right, yeah.
pushes them off the spawning platform, and they fall down, fall into lava, get burned, get stuck in cobwebs, and like burn in the cobweb, and then the steak falls down into water and gets like collected. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's basically it, right?
One, one last thing. I saw someone in the comment who was like, "How did they get all these cobwebs? Like, did they like destroy like complete mine shafts or whatever?" And basically they did, but it's actually not that much. It's like only 27 stacks of cobwebs, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was like I also had that question, but okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you get a lot of spaces like dropping down and so on. Whatever.
Right.
Moving on.
Yeah, so this week, okay, we're going through my videos right now, will be a bit quicker. So Colossus, I guess there's not too much technical to talk about with that. It's basically just a compilation of all the missiles, well, not all, some of the more recent missiles by Cubamps, right? With the Minecraft
Yeah,
bomber and
it's
stuff.
like what his new
New
Slimestone
robots.
robot he's been working on the
Which is
stream for the
totally
last few
innovative and it's
weeks.
featured on every gaming site ever, PC Gamer and IGN, and it's the reason
Really?
Minecraft gets banned in Turkey. I think so, yeah. The link to the
Wow.
articles in the description. And yeah, of course, there's no way all of this was actually built. Well, not all. Of course, the infrastructure which moves the whole thing is quite impressive, but it's based on basic principles which you have to take to provide some extent to get there.
Yeah, like
So
also
it
the
definitely takes
interesting
some
thing
work,
is,
but that's not really innovative, I guess, to talk about with that part.
he has this cool TNT launchers with the rail he pushes, and
Yes.
pushing
Okay.
rails with slime blocks is actually really hard. And
Yeah, but
The-
doesn't he?
he actually doesn't use the trick where he has the supercharged sticky piston pushing the slime block with the rail on top. He
I
actually
think he
doesn't do
just
that.
pushes them all at once, I think.
Yeah, but like you cannot just like push the slime block with the sticky piston on top. It doesn't work like that. You have to do some special stuff around it. I'm not sure how exactly that works because yeah, I'm not that good with slimestone. But he's actually not using that that trick with the supercharged sticky piston because that was like only shown to him after he was done with that part. But yeah.
Okay, so one other video. Okay, we're moving on to April Fools. Yay! Oh, actually,
No, we already covered that.
no, we haven't covered one important video.
Okay, one
By
important
me.
video.
Okay, I'm not sure. What should we talk about? So, yeah,
That should be on what did I do?
I totally made a 1x10x10 flush piston door, and it's
Yeah.
not seamless yet, but I'm gonna make it seamless, and then I'm gonna beat Sydney and Deco.
I
They are
actually didn't
9x9
bother
from
to
last year.
watch that.
It's the new revolution in flush piston door technology.
Well,
I'm
actually, I
knocking
didn't
them off
have
the
the time
throne.
to do it.
Yeah, I'm knocking them off the throne, Deco, off the throne of piston doors. He's gonna hate me, but that's okay.
On an
Alright.
unrelated note, I just found out the hard way that it's a bad idea to stick a dollar bill into a fan.
What? Did you stick an olive into a fan?
No, a dollar bill.
A dollar bill. But yeah, of course you shouldn't do that. Why should you have dollar bills in the first place? You should
There's
have
little
dollar bills.
pieces all over my room. I'll be right back.
You idiot! You should have a grid in front of your fan. You can't put it in. Okay, so I guess we'll move on while Doug is cleaning up his dollar bill shred.
I guess that's why the American manuals are always so big.
What?
The manuals for like electronic appliances
Oh,
are always
yeah, okay,
bigger in
yeah.
America because of these reasons.
But if they didn't have dollar bills, then $1 bills. If you just had $1 coins, then you could
I
have
don't
a
know, like
double.
they still make manuals for stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
on.
Command King episode 6.
Ooh, yeah.
It's getting scary for me. I need to be hugged. Cookie Crush Pixel beats Toby Bots 3-0. Spoiler alert. Oops, too late. Yeah. Well, actually 3-1 technically, because Toby did basically give up last challenge and betrayed me, and he built a nice pond and a not so nice house. Well, because Pixel was actually doing the challenge. So yeah, I'm betrayed, and now I stand alone against the evil overlord of our community called Crush Pixel, who will crush me in the next episode.
Good luck,
And-
Wout.
Thanks.
Good luck, have fun. Bye.
And if I fail, then he will become the Command King and reign Minecraft next to a Brightmore, he will then corrupt him to do his bidding. And I'm not happy with it, but I will try my best to protect my rank, my status, and the community, of course, from his evil powers. All right. Well, with that being said,
Well, once that thing is over, you could bring him on and talk about how you lost.
yeah, we could do that. And
I'm
if
totally
there-
confident in your skills.
That would be on a total good note, of course. We would never have like tensions on the podcast.
No, why
No,
would I?
we didn't. I'm totally not talking with a bad voice that here because I suck at acting. Now, okay, so with that out of the way, Command King episode 6. I also forgot putting it in here. Command King episode 6. Link in the video in the show notes. Damn it.
Go, it's in the show notes
okay,
and
apart
in
from
the
that,
description.
we're getting through it, people. Commons Game of Life in 3D in Minecraft. It's in the Commons Game of Life 3D. I
By
think.
chess.
Yeah, by Hudson Jazz, Salty alive if they have 1 to 7 neighbors. Then they die, and if you want, it's really slow because it's 3D and that's jet. You know, it's slow. Check his video in the description. That's it, I guess, for me. Anyone else?
We need to say what we did this week, or
But yeah, we totally should do that and take it on another hour.
Like we could do like a speed run because I really didn't do anything this week.
Okay.
I played Hexels, which is a game on Steam. I played some Counter-Strike and I did a lot of freelance stuff, which I basically didn't have any time for Minecraft or didn't play any Minecraft this week. Next.
I did the spreadsheet stuff, and I designed a storage facility together with Lisby for the Viber. Finally, next.
I actually finished my band career in high school. We had championships. We got 6th place, which kind of sucked. But our color guard got gold
6
medal, so
out
that's
of
good.
how many?
9.
Oh.
To be fair, we got screwed when we bumped up a class, but that's beside the point. Anyway,
If it was 6 out of 200, then it's good.
yeah, 6 out of 200. I wouldn't be carried too much, but yeah. Anyway,
Oh, I don't know. You still made it to the championships. That's pretty cool, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
we got to perform in a big arena.
Ooh.
Oh well. Okay, next.
Enemy.
was there
Ooh,
one.
Niels. Ooh, wow. Oh well. Moving on.
Yes, we are very interested, as you can tell. Yeah, I even made a comment about it, but so I would be more interested. I mean, because I'm actually interested. Now let's move on to me, the most important person.
Didn't do anything? Fine, okay, then we can.
Well, I tried to work on a big project. I made the teaser, which took a whopping 10 minutes to film and edit because it's
Emphasis on
screenshots.
tried.
What?
Emphasis on tried.
I didn't try. I made the teaser. It worked.
Yeah, but because you said
We
you
didn't
tried.
even try.
Which could have
come
all
on.
been done with like 3 screenshots.
Yeah, they were. I'm sorry. Yeah, there were 2 screenshots and one title clip. What are you saying? So stop laughing. Okay. So and I also played Quap, and I made a 4 minutes 35-second run, complete run to 100 meters, and I didn't jump. I jumped 0.0 meters at the end, unfortunately, and I didn't use the OMP keys, and I recorded that. Everyone on my channel likes it now. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I also did a lot of work on a college project. It's a game.
This is
we had
not
to do that.
college logbook.
Yeah, well, Dark talked about his championship, so yeah. So,
But that's not
didn't turn
college,
into
it's
Minecraft.
championships. Or
Mine
Yeah,
was
and I
high
also
school,
played-
which is
I also played
no one
Worlds.
cares about
Oh.
high school.
So yeah, that's about it for the work I did this week.
okay, then about
Yes.
do the outro.
But I still have 100 topics to talk about.
Yeah, about this dollar bill I just
During
lost.
this show, I'm going to talk about the social economic status in Somalia.
What the hell?
I'm going to read out the Wikipedia article until Niels cuts me off.
Thank you
let
for
me-
watching. Read the description. Bye.
No, Niels has to cut me off. Socio-economic status in Somalia. I'm looking it up on Google.
Oh,
Niels!
you don't
Okay.
actually have it prepared. Too bad.
Okay,
to hear
let me see.
Niels!
I can't find a Wikipedia page, but I can find the
Niels!
Buddy
coordinates.
was moved out of
That's
your
so
channel.
See you
random.
next
How did you
week.
come up with this?
Okay, see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, I'm back.